Hello dear friends, Liuba is with you, and today we will prepare an incredibly tasty cake in a box Cherry Raffaello. It is a combination of coconut sponge cake, bright aromatic cherry-lychee filling, airy coconut cream, and a crunchy layer with almonds. The cake in a box format is currently popular. As always, the recipe will be very detailed so that everything works out for you on the first try. And in the previous video we made the most delicious chocolate blackcurrant tonka cake. If you missed it, be sure to watch. Let us get cooking. Let us begin with the coconut sponge cake. For it we will need flour mixed with cornstarch and baking powder, shredded coconut, vegetable oil, salt, milk, eggs, and sugar. Add shredded coconut to the dry ingredients and whisk to combine. Add salt and sugar to the eggs and beat thoroughly with a mixer. The sugar will gradually dissolve, and the mixture will become progressively more fluffy and light in color. It should increase significantly in volume, thicken, yet remain airy. The surface will develop ridges from the beaters. Now add the dry ingredients to the egg mixture in 2 stages and gently fold with a spatula. Do not mix for too long, only until the flour and shredded coconut are evenly distributed. It is important to work delicately so as to preserve the airiness of the beaten eggs. Combine the milk with the vegetable oil and pour this mixture into the main batter, gently folding with a spatula. The principle is the same here. We stir only until combined, without any unnecessary movements. Lower the spatula all the way to the very bottom, because the oil sinks down and it must be incorporated. This is what the batter looks like. Bake in a preheated oven at 170 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes until fully baked. The surface will brown slightly and a skewer should come out dry. Remove the sponge cake from the baking sheet and peel off the parchment. Let it cool completely, and before slicing you can lightly freeze it. I will assemble the cakes in these plastic boxes. They come with lids, which is very convenient for storage and transportation. I will specify the volumes and dimensions of the boxes in the description below the video. When the sponge cake has cooled completely, cut it into squares that match the size of the bottoms of the boxes. This amount yields 6 layers, and I will need 3. The sponge cake turns out very tasty, aromatic, and pleasantly textured. Let us prepare the base for the coconut cream. We will need 2 portions of cream with a fat content of 33%, 1 portion for heating and infusing. The second portion remains cold. We will also need white chocolate, shredded coconut for infusing, and coconut puree. Let us prepare the coconut cream. Combine most of the cream with shredded coconut and heat until it starts to steam, without bringing it to a boil. Remove from the heat, cover with plastic wrap, and let it infuse for at least 30 minutes, preferably for 1 hour. Next, strain the cream through a sieve, weighing it on a kitchen scale and pressing the coconut well to extract as much liquid as possible. The coconut absorbs some of the liquid, so add fresh cream to make up the lost volume and return to the original amount. Return the coconut cream to the saucepan, add the coconut puree, and heat it to approximately 60 degrees. Meanwhile, melt the white chocolate. It is easiest to melt it right away in a tall glass, in which we will later use the immersion blender. Melt in short bursts in the microwave or over a water bath. Pour the hot cream with the coconut puree over the melted chocolate, and use an immersion blender to emulsify the mixture until it is completely homogeneous. Then, without stopping the blender, add the second portion of cream that we left cold and blend it in as well. Pour the cream into a shallow container, cover it with plastic wrap pressed directly against the surface, and refrigerate for 12 hours to stabilize. While the cream is stabilizing, let us prepare the cherry filling. For the filling we will need cherry puree and lychee puree. Lychee lends the filling a delicate floral aroma and adds unfamiliar, deeper flavor notes, making the cherry more interesting, richer, and more nuanced. We will also need cornstarch, sugar, and gelatin that has been pre-soaked in cold water. Mix the sugar with the cornstarch. In the saucepan, combine the cherry puree and the lychee puree, add the sugar and cornstarch mixture, whisk until no lumps remain, and set the pan on the stove. On the stove, stirring constantly, bring the mixture to a boil, and after it boils, cook it for a couple of minutes. The mixture will start to thicken and will regain a beautiful, expressive color. Remove the mixture from the stove and immediately add the bloomed gelatin to the hot mixture, stirring thoroughly until it is completely dissolved. Transfer the mixture to a clean container, press plastic wrap directly against the surface, and place it in the refrigerator until it is completely cooled. Let us prepare the crunchy layer. It makes the cake special, gives the flavor depth, adds texture, and evokes the taste of your favorite Raffaello. For the crunchy layer, we will need white chocolate, a crispy wafer, and nuts. I have caramelized ones. They are very tasty and perfectly crunchy. Simply chopped roasted almonds will also work well. To the melted chocolate, add the wafer and the nuts and mix well so that every piece is coated in chocolate. Then spread the mixture on parchment in a thin, even layer and place it in the refrigerator until it is completely set. After it has chilled, break the sheet into pieces and chop them with a knife into small yet distinct pieces. Do not crush it completely, the texture must remain. The result is a very tasty, crunchy mixture. The cherry filling has cooled, stabilized, and thickened. Stir it until smooth and transfer it to a piping bag. Let us finish preparing the cream. It has completely cooled and stabilized, but it remains liquid for now. That is normal. Transfer it to the mixer bowl and whip at medium or high speed. Gradually, the cream will begin to thicken and will start to leave a trail from the whisk. The main thing is not to over-whip, otherwise it will become loose and may separate. As soon as the mixture becomes stable and airy, stop immediately. Here is what the cream is like: airy, delicate, and very tasty. Transfer the cream into a piping bag and move on to the most beloved stage, the assembly, the long-awaited moment when all the layers unite into one cohesive, delicious, and beautiful dessert. To help the crunchy layer preserve its stunning texture for a longer time, I placed it on top so it touches only the cream, does not come into contact with the cherry filling, and is not inside the cake. I added it generously. This amount is just enough for 3 boxes and only a little will remain. The cream turned out very airy, it does not feel heavy, so I filled them with it almost to the very top, but you can adjust the quantity to your own taste and add less. It is very handy that the boxes have lids. This makes them very convenient for storage and transportation. Our cakes are ready. They look truly spectacular and appetizing thanks to their beautiful multi-layered structure. The Raffaello-inspired cake turned out very delicious, with a harmonious combination of different flavors and textures. And if you add the chocolate cakes to it, you can assemble an assortment, 2 completely different yet equally delightful desserts. Friends, I hope that you will feel inspired and will definitely try these cakes. That is all from me. This has been Luba. See you in new videos. Bye-bye.